Hello everybody, Sor Beaton here, and in this video I will be sharing some tips that you can follow whenever you're in your exam answering paper 1 questions. So first of all, this may lean more towards mathematics since of course I deal with mathematics, and also they can be applicable in other subjects as well. So tip 1, the first thing you want to look at is the time management. So you have 90 minutes to complete 60 questions. So that means you have 1.5 minutes per question. Now, there are some questions in which you will spend longer than 1.5 minutes, and there are some questions in which you will spend shorter time. But on average, you need to spend 1.5 minutes per question. So you need to read the questions carefully and ensure you don't spend too long on one question. If you notice to yourself that you spend more than 3 minutes on a question, leave it, mark it off, and then come back to it before the ending of the exam. Because there are some easy questions that you will miss out on trying to figure out a hard one. Tip 2, ensure the question number corresponds with the number on the answer sheet. So if the question is number 1 on your answer sheet, your answer should be, for that question, should be at number 1. You don't want to be like a young lady who answered, instead of for question 1, she put the answer in question 2, and she kept making the same mistake throughout the entire test. So that means none of her answer corresponds. So you want to ensure the question number corresponds with the number on the answer sheet. This is one of the most important things. If not, you will have your correct answer in your mind, but the marker, whosoever is marking, or the machine that is marking, they will not. They will just mark whatever you have on the answer sheet. Remember, the answer sheet, on the answer sheet, there are no questions on the answer sheet, just the number and the options. So be careful with this part. So double check every time, every 5 questions, ensure you double check to make sure that they correspond. Tip 3, get an appropriate pencil for the day. The best pencil to use is an HB pencil. Reason? Because these pencils shade very dark and they are very easy to erase. And you don't want to be shading with pen. You want to be shading with pencil. Only pencil you should be shading it, not with pen. A student once told me that they were encouraged to use pen, but use your pencil. The pencil will be used in case of an error. You can easily erase and change your answer. So use an appropriate pencil, and the HB pencil is the best one. The next tip, ensure you walk with all of your tools on the day, which will be your pencil, your ruler, and your eraser. I don't think you need anything else for paper 1 because you cannot use calculator. Reason why you walk with your pencil is to shade your answer and also do your working. Your eraser is to, if you make any mistake on the answer sheet, to erase it and put the correct answer. And your sharpener, just in case your pencil point breaks and you want to sharpen it. And also you want to walk with more than 1 pencil in case you may not have time to sharpen your pencil. So walk with more than 1 pencil. So the next tip, now let's look at the contents of the test. So ensure you answer all the questions on the exam. Don't leave out any blank because you think you don't know. Ensure you answer each and every single question. If you have 1 more minute and you notice on your answer sheet you have about 10 blanks, ensure you just shade an answer for each question. Don't leave anything blank. You never know, luck may be on your side on that day. And the next tip, in each question you have 4 options. And of those 4 options, you have 2 of them that are absolutely wrong. So what you want to do, you want to eliminate those 2. And this is just in case you don't know the answer to the question. If you know the answer, of course, you will circle the correct answer. But let's say you don't know the answer and you know that 2 of them, they are absolutely not the answer, eliminate them, and then you have now a 50% chance of getting the question correct. So what you want to do, do an intelligent guess and guess the correct answer. You have 50% chance when you eliminate the 2 that are absolutely not the correct answer. And the next tip, you have options. So that means you can do trial and error. You will have to solve a lot of equations. So what you can do trial and error. You can do substitution. Use the options that they give you and substitute them into the question to see if they answer the question. Unlike paper 2, when you have no options, paper 1, you can't substitute. So substitute your answers and see which one satisfies, and then you circle that as the correct answer. And that is also being smart in your approach. You don't need to know to work everything the correct way. Sometimes you just need to be smart in how you answer the question. So think about the question, substitute, and then that may give you the answer. And the last tip, when all fails, if you don't know the answer, you don't know which one is the correct answer, you don't know which one to eliminate, do an intelligent guess. Nothing can go wrong by making an intelligent guess. You don't want to leave it blank because when you leave it blank, you have 0% chance of getting it correct. But if you put an answer there on the answer sheet, you have a 25% chance of getting it correct. So give yourself a chance and make sure you attempt all of the questions. And with that, I want you to keep these tips in mind as you go into your exam, and I want you to go in confidently and do your best. And I want to wish you best of luck, and I know you will do well. So take care and best wishes again.